Technology will soon play a bigger role in our jobs, but it will not completely replace humans, according to panelists at the Straits Times and SkillsFuture Singapore Future of Work Forum.
Bad news is that depending on which, it almost doesn't matter which study you look at. Almost all the studies that have been done by the Oxford University, by MIT, by us, by McKinsey, by several others, anywhere between 47% and 53% of the work that we do today can be automated in the next 2-3 years with technology that exists right now. The good news is that if you look at occupations, and we went through occupation by occupation in the US database and the UK database, we're looking at the Singapore database right now, and what we find is the total number of occupations that will be completely automated, 100%, is almost zero. But we will not have a mass-scale replacement of occupations, we will have a mass-scale augmentation of occupations.
Not all jobs face the risk of automation. Certain industries, such as the hospitality sector, are less likely to be affected by technology.
So high-touch jobs, quite intuitive. I think Indro talked about it. Relational skills, empathy. These are skills that robots will not be able to replicate. So if you think about a 5-star hotel, I don't think it's conceivable that a 5-star hotel will be completely operated without human beings. Likewise for high-tech, which is individuals working with technology, figuring out how to tap on technology to make their work more effective. For high trust, when you think about, say, professional services, critical functions like medical doctors, it's quite unlikely that we will be so comfortable with technology, we say, well, please treat me on the basis of a medical diagnosis driven entirely by AI. You probably will still require a medical doctor to sign off, to look through the diagnosis, agree with it, and sign off of it before operating on you.
Since SkillsFuture was launched in 2016, more than 285,000 Singaporeans have benefited from the scheme. While lifelong learning is key to adapting to the future workforce, the panelists say companies should change their mindset when placing jobs for older workers.
So I would say skills is probably the easiest part and the part that I would worry least about. I think a lot of it boils down to mindsets and company practices. I think Indro is right in that recruiters are not necessarily incentivized to address this issue because recruiters are paid by companies. And so the natural thing to do is to find the perfect fit or the nearest fit, not to look for adjacent fits, because that requires a lot more effort. The third area I would say is hiring biases by companies. And I think I see some shifts in that. I think it's partly driven also by a tighter labor market.
About 370 people attended the event, which featured speakers from Google, Samsung Electronics and Deloitte.